I wanted to talk about something a little bit different and use my platform for something that I've never done before. Today, I want to take you on a special shopping excursion where I pick up some things for the Chaos Cultist for Valentine's Day at 3 local hobby shops in my area, 88 Cardhouse, my local game Kastle, and Hobbies Unlimited. Let's go ahead and head to our first stop. Okay, so here's the plan. I've decided to come to Game Castle Fremont first because Chaos Cultist has been working on building up his Aeldari army, and I think there might be a couple things here that I could get for him to add to the army. So we're gonna take a look around, but I'm gonna be a little selfish and I'm gonna look for some hobby stuff for me too because there's a lot of cool stuff here. Let's take a look. We're gonna start at the beginning with all of the new stuff, and immediately I'm seeing something incredibly interesting because they actually have the Old World Tomb King box in stock, which frankly I kind of would have expected to sell completely out. Now this is something that I have been tempted to get Chaos Cultist, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit because I'm working on the Bretonians. I don't think we need more Old World in the house right now while I'm working on them, but that is really cool to see. I also noticed this as I came in, which has nothing to do with me shopping for him and getting his Valentine's Day gift, but I love all of the different AK texture paints, I believe is what these are. They're at least on the AK spray, so I assume they're the AK textures. And I recognize this one, which I think is really cool, but I really want to try out some of these other ones. Let's see what they may have in stock over here in their hobby section. There are a lot of cool things. What is a deep shade? What is this? Oh, it's just a very deep wash. Interesting. I mean, it's a purple color tone. That is very tempting. What else do we have? Lots of enamels and pigments, which I've not started playing around with a little bit. I've tried pigments some, but nothing out of the bottle like this. It's all been dry powders. But here we have our terrain texture paints, and my goodness, there's a lot of them. Ooh, water gel effects. Okay, this is something that eventually down the line I'm going to be getting. Ooh, snow sprinkles as well. I do want to do a snow tank. I have a couple of like German tanks that I think would be really cool to do in a winter scene, as if they were like late war going into Russia, which would be really neat. And there's definitely some options here. We also have a lot of Woodland Scenics tufts, which are fantastic, and in the big bottles too. Every time I see it, this red coarse tuff, I want to find something for. Like, I don't have any autumn themed anything, and I feel like that's where I would use it, but I really wish, whoa, this is a really bright yellow. My goodness. Again, like flowers, I guess, that I would need to put in a field, but I don't know when I'd use it. Maybe the Bretonian board or something. Maybe I can put a lot of like flowers there. They also have, and this is where I've been picking them up, my Gamer's Grass tufts, which I absolutely love. There's a big selection, although I don't think they've gotten in any of those cool new super small 2mm ones that I was sent recently. But regardless, there's lots of good stuff here. I always get my alien tufts here, and they do even have, and I do really enjoy these, they're pre-done bases, because they do a really nice job. There's a variety of different styles. Like, I especially like these ones with all the stonework. I have a couple of these for, actually my sister's, I think is what I ended up using these on, but very, very cool stuff. All right, let's take a look around and actually shop for the Chaos Cultist. Hobby supplies are a little bit more my thing, so let's take a look at the board games and the miniatures and see what we can find to get for the Chaos Cultist. Now, board games are up there. Sorcerer City is a great game, but we already have it, so not looking for that. Smash Up 10th Anniversary, dang. Didn't realize that game had been out for so long. A lot of Game of Thrones, which could be interesting. Gaia Project is a good one. I actually look at this a lot because it's kind of a big, intense game, but probably gonna skip it. I do really like the idea of that one though. Let's keep looking at some of these other games. A lot of Euro, a lot of fun things, but not what I'm specifically looking for. Now here is a little bit more of what I'm looking for. We're starting to get into the Warhammer. Now we're in the Age of Sigmar stuff, which is not really our jam specifically. Although I did notice, look, They actually have a second Tomb King box. My goodness, I'm genuinely kind of surprised. I really would have thought of the two, Tomb Kings would have been the more popular. I don't know why I think that when I'm got Bretonnian myself, but for some reason, I just was expecting to see either none or equal amounts of both. Very, very interesting. Now, I am going to skip that. I mentioned it earlier. It's a possibility, but not really what I'm looking for. Now, here's what I'm looking for, because this is all of the 40k stuff. And while I do see some Tyranids, which are very tempting for me, although I don't need that Hive Tyrant. This is a Hive Tyrant, right?
No, I'm good.
Yes, that is a Hive Tyrant. I don't need you. I 3D printed one of you. Ha! You are pretty though. You are pretty cool. But I think mine is better. Anyways, let's just scoot him back in, because what I'm looking for is, oh, perfect. Here are some Eldar. Now, we already have the Avatar of Cain, and I actually really, really like the way Chaos Cultist painted this up. He did it in a BL Ton scheme. Maybe I'll throw up a picture of it now. But I think what we might end up getting is this Wave Serpent, because you see, he's been growing the army. It's nearing 2,000 points, and this would help him get to that amount. And he doesn't have any vehicles as far as I can recall currently in the army. It is almost entirely characters and infantry, and then just like, yeah, characters and infantry right now. So I think this is what we're going to get for him. So there's one last section that I want to check out, and that are the two side walls, which have a lot of Marvel and Arkham Horror and Legion and Shatterpoint, which is really cool. There's the Shatterpoint stuff. I wasn't lying. There is, in fact, Shatterpoint there. Man, they have a lot. There's a lot of sets that I need to pick up, too. They also have Flames of War, which Chaos Cultist and I have recently got into. I've been loving the miniatures in this, although I'm not seeing, unfortunately, the other two is starter sets that I would want to get. So what we ended up doing was we got the German and Russian starter set. And while they definitely have some, expansions for both of those armies, they don't have the big 2-player one. And that's really what I want to get, because I've found that that is a good way to just build up those two forces really easily. So I'll have to keep checking back and seeing when they get those new starter sets, or not new, but like just replenish them. Let's take a look over here, because we also have, of course, clearance. Which honestly does look like there's some good stuff here, but there's also conquest and some terrain. Ooh, force canopies. Okay, this is more of a me thing, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested in these woodland scenics quite a bit. But we do have conquest, which is actually pretty big at the store from my understanding. They have a lot of the various products for it, which is really cool. Completely different scale than what I'm used to. But I remember seeing it at Gen Con one year and thinking the designs were just stunning looking. Like, look how cool some of these are. They look amazing. I love the bird. Oh, that looks so rad. But yeah, there's a lot of conquest here, which is really cool. So if I ever want to get into that, definitely an option. Also, a Song of Ice and Fire. Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna end up getting tactics here. Probably. I wonder if they'll end up having a community is really the better question. That will be cool to find out. There's also some D&D miniatures. Lovely. And oh, even Infinity. Even some Infinity, which I have only gotten a small amount of, but the miniatures are very rad. All right, I think I know what I'm gonna get. Let's go ahead and head that direction and pay. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump into the video to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, especially if you're enjoying the content that you find here. And if you're into the spicier side of the hobby, well, my Only Fanatics VIP page is currently 50% off through the end of the month for new subscribers. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, use the link in the video description below, and I hope to see you there. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video. The next stop on my gift purchasing adventure takes me to 88 Cardhouse, a local card shop where I am hoping to find some One Piece cards, because I know Chaos Cultist and I have really been getting into One Piece recently. We've been watching the show like crazy, and I know that there is a card game out for it. So let's see if we can find it and look around the store. I've been to this store once or twice, and the thing that I absolutely love about it is the fact that they have a massive variety of cards. Like, of course, they have your Pokemon, and they have Digimon, and they have Lorcana, which is, you know, relatively new, but still a big popular one. But they also have a variety of other things. My goodness, they do really have a lot of Pokemon, don't they, though? There is so much. And if I was still in my like major Pokemon collecting, this store would be incredibly dangerous, especially since they actually have some of the Japanese cards in here, which is just super cool. And I will not lie, I am tempted, because I have not bought Japanese packs of like Pokemon cards since I was very young living in Hawaii. There was a store there that also sold them. They were all import, and it was so freaking cool, and this reminds me of it so much. They do, of course, have the loose cards if you're wanting to buy any of the cool special ones, the rare ones that are very costly, and my goodness, the art on these is gorgeous. I admit they are beautiful, and I kind of want some, but we're not here to shop for me today. We are not here to shop for me today. We are here shopping for the Chaos Cultist, and I think once we get past, look at that classic Zapdos in Japanese. That's so cool. Oh, I actually really like that Vaporeon. That is and that Flareon is really cool too. Okay, Angela, stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. The trainer. Oh, hey, well, we were looking for One Piece cards, and we have now found some. Ooh, I like that Usopp. I like that Luffy card. Dang, there's some really good stuff here. Look at the Enel. Oh my God. Okay, I might have to get that Enel card just because it makes me laugh. But here's where I think we're going to be doing the majority of our searching, because they have a lot of other anime themed card games over here, which looks really cool. In fact, here is some of our One Piece cards, including some of the starter sets, which might be what I end up getting. Oh, look at the choppers. They're so cute. I admit though, I don't like his blue hat as much as I like the old pink hat. I think it was better, but that's just my feelings on it. Okay, I'm gonna come back to these in a moment. I wanna see what else they have, and then we'll conclude our shopping. Man, they have a lot of really cool stuff. I really like, ooh, Spy Family. That's fun. Some Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. And of course, Magic the Gathering as well. Although I do appreciate that this store is dominated by not Magic and seems to cater heavily to the anime weeb fandom, which I appreciate very much. The last stop on our trip today is Hobbies Unlimited, one of my favorite hobby supply stores. And this has absolutely nothing to do with the Chaos Cultist. I think I've gotten him enough Valentine's Day gifts, so now I'm going to spoil myself a little bit and find myself a tank to build, because I definitely don't have enough already. All right, let's take a look around. Now, these are a little bit outside of my budget and also scale, but they are really cool. One day I might actually try to do one of these larger vehicles, like the ones that actually move, and maybe even an RC. Although these aren't RCs. These are just, you know, model car kits. Again, something that I want to do in the future. I don't know what I'd want to build though when it comes to cars. Give me your suggestions down in the comments, because I don't know cars super well. I'm slowly kind of learning some, but I don't know what would be like a really cool, oh, Oh, I know actually. I don't know what it is. I think it's an Impala. I'm not 100% certain. But whatever they have in Supernatural. Whatever they have in Supernatural, I think that would be a really cool car to build. And I'm sure they probably have something like that. Now we've got some more planes over here. And I know there's a lot of you that want me to pick up some more planes and build them. And don't worry, in the future I will. But for right now, they're a little bit more complicated than I want to deal with. They end up having a few more like small, tiny pieces that just scare me. Frankly, they scare me a little bit. And so I haven't gotten the balls to do it yet, but it's in the future. It's in the future. Oh, look at that. Like doing some of the really big ones would be very, very cool. But for right now, I think we're gonna stick with our tanks, which we're in this proper aisle now for that. Now these are the Dragon brand, which I have heard really good things about, but I think they're a little bit more complicated than some of the Tamiyas. However, they do actually have in stock here some beautiful T-34s, I believe. Where are they? There's one there, but that's not the brand I'm looking for. Where is the, here. Yes, so they do have some T-34s, and I've been very interested in building this particular tank, and they don't have the Tamiya brand right now, which makes me a little bit sad. However, I'm sure there's something that I can find. Like, they do have quite a bit, and I think this is where I'm going to browse for right now and find something to buy. Okay, so I've been looking around this section for a little while, and I think I have found what I'm interested in, because one of the things that I thought would be cool and very, very potentially popular on the channel, you guys let me know, is building up a tank that some of my 40k tanks are based off of. And I looked up what the Land Raider specifically is based off of, and it's this beautiful tank right here. So I think that this Tamiya kit of the World War I British tank Mark 6 male might be the one that I pick up. I think this looks amazing, and let's potentially grab it. Guys, I just realized something about this tank, because I was looking at the price going, why is it $126? It moves. It's motorized. That's so cool. I definitely think we're gonna have to pick this up. I wanted to talk about something a little bit different and use my platform for something that I've never done before. Al, the owner of Hobbies Unlimited, is looking to retire and step away from the business, but he doesn't necessarily want to close the store, although that is a potential that could happen. So I figured I'd use my platform and get it out there that, hey, it could be closing, and anybody in the area that might be interested in running this store, who has RC car knowledge, train knowledge, or even just tanks and airplane knowledge, that would be super wonderful. So if you're interested, please use the contact information that I've left down in the video description below and contact Al about Hobbies Unlimited. So, what did we end up picking up? Well, for the Chaos Cultist for Valentine's Day, I maybe went a little overboard and spoiled him a bit, because I got him not only a Dune Ornithopter, which I ordered off camera online because I could not find it in stores anywhere, but gosh darn it, I found it and I was like, I have to get this for him. He is a massive fan of Dune. He's into the books, he's into the movies. This looks super awesome. I can't wait to build it with him. Additionally, for Game Kastle, we went ahead and got the Wave Serpent for him. I wanted to add this into his Eldar army. I think it's gonna be perfect, and I hope he really, really likes it. Now, from 88 Cardhouse, I decided to pick up 2 of the starter sets of the One Piece game so that we could play together. I got him the Luffy deck, and I got myself the Yamato deck because I just think she's a cutie, and I hope we have a blast with these. Now, for myself, I did end up getting something for myself, and this is something you'll probably eventually see on the channel as well, because I think this is pretty cool. This is a motorized tank that I picked up from Hobbies Unlimited. I've not seen that many motorized tanks. Like, I've seen people motorize their tanks, and I've seen motorized cars, and I've even seen some like motorized boats and everything. And I know RC cars are a big, big deal, but I've not actually seen that many motorized tanks. And I actually think this is super, super rad. And this is what the Land Raider is based off of. I almost said Lehman Russ, but that is not correct. It's the Land Raider. And I just think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna build this, see how the motor works. And then eventually down the line, I might see if I can get another one of these motors and see if I can actually motorize one of my real Land Raiders. So I'm excited about this. I hope you enjoyed the shopping excursion that I took you on today and seeing all the various locations in my area where you can be a massive, massive nerd and just get a bunch of cool different things. Huge thank you to all the proprietors of those businesses for letting me film and showcase their stores. Thank you once again to my patrons and my YouTube members for helping keep this channel going. Without your guys' support, we would not be able to do this, so thank you very, very much. I have been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night.